The email hit my inbox like a brick through a window. Congratulations on the sale of your property. I spat out my mango smoothie, staining my Phuket hotel room's white sheets. My house, my cozy two-bedroom haven in suburban Ohio, sold. I'd been sipping cocktails on a Thai beach for 2 weeks, not signing real estate papers. My name's Lena Carter, a 32-year-old graphic designer who'd saved for years to buy that house. It was my sanctuary, my proof I'd clawed my way out of a rough childhood. Now, some faceless realtor was congratulating me on a sale I didn't authorize. My hands shook as I dialed my neighbor, Mr. Thompson, a retired veteran who kept an eye on my place. "Lena," he said, voice tight, "you need to get back here. It's those HOA Karen sisters." The Karen sisters were Cheryl and Marla, two busybodies who ruled our neighborhood's homeowners association like petty dictators. Cheryl, the elder, was a walking caricature, obese, with a perpetual scowl and a voice that could curdle milk. Marla, her shadow, was slimmer but just as vicious, always trailing Cheryl with a clipboard and a smirk. They'd hated me since I painted my mailbox blue, claiming it lowered property values. I'd ignored their fines and snide letters, which apparently was my first mistake. I caught the next flight home, 22 hours of turbulence and dread. When I landed in Ohio, Mr. Thompson met me at the airport, his face grim. "They sold your house, Lena. Forged your signature, everything. I saw them at your place with some shady realtor last week." My stomach churned. My home gone. I drove straight to my street, heart pounding, only to find a "sold" sign stabbed into my front lawn like a taunt. Cheryl was there, waddling across my yard, barking orders at a moving crew hauling my furniture into a truck. "You," I shouted, storming toward her. Her fleshy face twisted into a sneer. "Oh, Lena, you're back. Too late, dear. The new owners move in tomorrow." She waved a stack of papers, her voice dripping with condescension. "You really should have paid those HOA fines." I snatched the papers, my eyes scanning the forged deed with my signature sloppily mimicked. "This is fake," I yelled. Marlo appeared, clutching her clipboard like a shield. "Prove it," she snapped. "We're just doing our civic duty, cleaning up this neighborhood." The gall of these women, acting like they owned my life, sent my blood boiling. Mr. Thompson called the police while I stood, trembling, in my own driveway, now a stranger's property. The cops arrived, two officers who looked as fed up with the Karens as I was. Officer Daniels, a no-nonsense woman, skimmed the forged deed and raised an eyebrow. "This doesn't add up." "Ma'am," she said to Cheryl, "you're coming with us." Cheryl's face went from smug to scarlet. "How dare you? I'm the HOA president," she shrieked, her jowls quivering. Marla tried to bolt, but the second officer, a burly guy named Torres, blocked her. "Not so fast," he said. The sisters' scheme unraveled fast. They'd exploited my absence, bribing a sketchy realtor to push the sale through with forged documents. They'd pocketed the $250,000 from the buyer, claiming it was HOA reparations for my noncompliance. Their arrogance was their downfall. They hadn't even bothered to cover their tracks well. Bank records showed the money wired to Cheryl's account, and the realtor, sweating under questioning, spilled everything. As the police cuffed them, Cheryl's bravado crumbled. "This is a mistake," she wailed, her sunglasses slipping down her sweaty nose. Marla sobbed, her clipboard clattering to the ground. The neighbors, drawn by the commotion, gathered on their lawns, whispering. Mr. Thompson gave me a nod, his eyes saying what words didn't. Justice was coming. The aftermath was a legal marathon. I hired a lawyer, Sarah, who was a pit bull in heels. She dug into the sisters' history, uncovering a trail of petty scams extorting neighbors, skimming HOA funds. My case became the tipping point. The forged deed was voided, and I got my house back, though the emotional scars lingered. Every creak of the floorboards reminded me how close I'd come to losing it all. At the trial, Cheryl and Marla sat in orange jumpsuits, their smugness replaced by desperation. Cheryl tried to play the victim, claiming she only wanted to improve the neighborhood. The judge wasn't buying it. "You abused your power and defrauded a homeowner," he said, slamming his gavel. Felony fraud charges stuck, landing them each 5 years in prison. The courtroom cheered neighbors, fed up with years of their tyranny, finally free. But victory felt hollow. My home, once a refuge, now felt like a crime scene. I kept the blue mailbox, though, a middle finger to the Karens. I also joined the HOA board, determined to rebuild what they'd poisoned. Mr. Thompson helped, his quiet wisdom grounding me. "You stood up to them," he said one evening, handing me a coffee. "That's what matters." The sisters' downfall was the talk of the neighborhood for months. Posts on X called it karma for Karens, with memes of Cheryl's mugshot going viral. I didn't laugh. Their greed had cost me peace, but it also taught me something. Home isn't just a house, it's the fight to protect what's yours. I'd won, but at a price. Every time I passed that sold sign, now tossed in my garage, I remembered how close I'd come to losing everything. And I vowed never to let anyone, especially another Karen, take it from me again. The end.